You can't make this shit up. I mean, that's one of the weirdest things about like going into this game.
You can talk already.
Probably the single strangest thing that I found from playing H1Z1 is just the fact that people cry so much.
We're live.
Something, and then it like.
Oh, here we go.
And we're
Hello,
live.
everybody.
What's up?
Hi.
It's the Undead Zone. We are here.
Yeah. Well, welcome guys to the Undead Zone show. It is July 25th. My name's Space Mexican. Hopefully you guys are having a good Saturday. Just to introduce my homies and guest host over here, we have Laz, the Beard Laz. Hey, what's up?
What's up? Hey, guys.
And then we have
welcome to stream.
We have the Mittani,
Hello, everyone.
and I'm getting some playback somewhere from some invisible place on my. There we go. And we have the lovely Rydis. The lovely Rydis. Say hello. And I like that she has white headphones, and in the game she does white helmet. I love it.
I had pink ones, and I was really disturbed when they stopped making them. Like, they just, I guess not enough people buy pink headphones? I don't understand that.
Well, Razer has a pink headset. We'll have to get you one.
Really? That would be
Yes,
awesome.
absolutely.
I miss my pink one.
Apparently, people in chat are pointing out that the Mittani has gained a lot of weight and looks a little bit different
shit.
this time around.
Ha!
They've just got rid of his goatee, and Space Mexican is a little bit less himself.
Nice. I
Hollywood
noticed
Squares
I jacked up Laz's
Hollywood
green
Squares.
screen layout. I see.
That's excellent.
Sorry, Laz.
Yeah,
apologize.
I texted
I
pictures.
didn't think it would do that. Jeez.
I just dated myself, and only
Should I
Rydis
readjust
Scott
it?
was
Only
here.
I would.
Yeah, exactly. The Hollywood
like,
Squares
what?
reference was like children of the
Should I-
'80s represent.
Should I hold my hand right there?
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm good. Okay.
I will try
All
and
right.
fix it as the stream
No
goes
worries,
on.
man. Sorry about
Hey,
that.
look! I look like myself again. That's
Those
excellent.
green screens are sensitive, man. I swear. Lighting. All right, guys. So we had a long week of H1Z1. We had some great news, some good news, some bad news, some curious news. But real quick, just to get in, obviously the biggest news of Daybreak, just in general, is just obviously most people saw that John Smedley will be stepping down from CEO of Daybreak, and Alex the Mittani is going to just talk about that and just kind of what the news is on the street.
Well, we don't really know. I mean, whenever there's a corporate handover like this, what is seen in public is usually connected in people's minds because we always correlate things. So, the obvious thing that people were talking about when the news came out was that it might have had something to do with the Lizard Squad incidents that were taking down the Daybreak servers for a few days. We don't know, and that's not necessarily the case. Usually these kind of handovers are planned long in advance. So it's curious. We don't really know whether it's a good thing, a bad thing. Smed's a good friend of all of ours. I've known him for years. He's an EVE player. And, I think that it's also entirely possible that he just did it himself and wanted to go work on another project. We are clueless. So it's kind of weird. I've been actually pretty impressed that the stability of the player base in H1Z1 PlanetSide 2 and the other Daybreak titles is people seem to take it pretty well all the way around. There hasn't been chaos in the streets. There hasn't been panic. And that sort of leads into what's going on in H1Z1 is instead of people freaking out, the devs have been doubling down on bug fixes and quality of life improvements and really just making sure that instead of adding new features into the game, that things just get tweaked appropriately and finally hammer out all of these issues we've had in the past. And so I think that's excellent.
What do you the rest of the panel? What do you guys think about the topic, Rydis?
I'm surprised that there hasn't been a lot more discussion about it, honestly. I'm a little bit, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen or why that'll happen or if it'll come back around. I'll be curious to know what the end result is, considering the hoo-ha surrounding, what's been going on.
Right.
So I'm just curious to see if that comes around or if that changes anything.
Where do you sit on the topic, Les?
I'm going to interject here because I'm a jerk. One of the things... Sorry, truth in advertising, right, guys? One of the things, because I actually realized that I should probably be offering more because I'm the only attorney on the stream at the moment. It is important to keep in mind that there was, a buyout of Sony Online Entertainment away from the conglomerate of Sony as a whole into Daybreak Games. They were bought out by Columbus Nova. So again, when we're looking at massive corporate restructurings, and the company already did go through a restructuring, new logo, new name, new legal structure, it's sort of its own entity now. And so that's one of the things that the reason why we're not opining, I think, from a perspective of this means this, that, or the other thing, is it's hard to see whether what has happened at the C level with who is the CEO has anything to do at all with what was happening in sort of the media and public eye. It could be related to that. It could be related to the restructuring back in the past. It could be that Smed was just like, you know what, I'm going to go off and do my own thing. And hopefully we'll probably know inside of a few weeks the details, just like we did the last time that there was turmoil at CCP's C level. You just find these things out a few months down the line.
And I never know if Laz is like smiling with curiosity or like he has like something
sorry,
to
Laz,
spit
that
out.
was my bad. Laz is like, I had everything to say.
Where do you kind of stand on everything, Laz, from what your point of view is?
Oh, well, I meant to tell you guys before we went live is I'm actually taking over John Smedley's old position.
Leaked here first on TheMittani.com. Leaked here. Laztail.
I mean, they saw my Magnum headshot and they're like,
they did. They're like, dude, that guy.
We gotta have him. Just gotta have him.
Oh my god! Somebody asked me yesterday on my stream, which was where do you think the game will change? And I'm kind of with Alex on the corporate structure. That's a massive company. There's people reporting to a bunch. There's a big chain of command, and I don't see devs leaving. I don't see devs changing. The game is awesome. There's nothing wrong with the game. They're improving it every day. It's a beautiful, wonderful game. So I don't see the game, changing, but in a positive way. And like I said, I agree with Alex. I think within the next weeks or the next months, whenever they release more information, everybody, I'm sure, will know exactly what is going to happen or where he's moving to. So.
Well, I mean, Smed didn't really control the flow of the game. I mean, he was the CEO. The person on top of that would be Steve George, Shock Dev.
Mm-hmm. Steve George and Adam Clegg and that design team are the ones who are determining, kind of like over on the PlanetSide 2 team. You have Andy Sykes and that crowd who are handling that. People will often think that when a CEO or C-level changes out, these companies are vast, they're incredibly complicated. There's accounting departments, legal departments, human resources departments, marketing departments, and a CEO spends most of their time dealing with corporate stuff rather than meddling in the actual game design or anything like that. So I don't think that we're going to see much changed as far as I don't think there's going to be an impact at the game level in any of the Daybreak titles from this. But it is
and they are going to expand into one more department. They are going to make a Space Mexican department just for me. It's probably going to consist of the janitor.
That's going to be Laz's first act as CEO. Is to hire you as the janitor.
Laz promised me my own department, but Laz did not tell me who he was going to put in the department. Oh man, awesome! All right, let's see. We're going to just jump a little bit into the next segment, and then just kind of wing back to the giveaway. So, moving into PvP topics. We had some issues, and we might as well just talk about it now. Not really some issues. It was actually really exciting. I thought it was awesome what happened yesterday on my stream. The content that was gathered from it. There was a streamer by the name of Radio. He streams. He's a up and coming streamer. I mean, he had about 50 guys, 60 guys watching his stream. He's building up his viewership. I thought the guy was, to be honest, I thought he was a blast. I mean, I watched his stream for like hours, and I thought he was just hilarious, and I mean that in a good way. So what happened was he is a player that really prided himself on being a PvP survivor guy, where he would just log in and go as far as he can and kill as many people as he can, and then just not build bases, not set up groups. Like he was just a solo.
Like all murder all the
Survival
time.
guy.
Exactly. Yeah. And it was
Nice.
funny
Man after
because
my own heart.
I didn't realize that I actually met this guy about a week ago in Hemingway. We got into a shotgun battle, and he called me a cheater first of all because I killed him, and he laid a shot on me, and he had a tac vest. But then we actually started talking. I was like, "Hey, dude, you literally almost killed me. Like I was like 20%. I just got lucky. I don't even know how I didn't die." And he's like, "Yeah, it's cool. There's just some bugs." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm streaming this." And I'm like, "Cool, dude." Just he was a cool guy, and he said, "Okay, I'll be back to kill." I'm like, "All right, dude, right on." And so what happened was we went on a raid and we decided to stream it, and we're going to get into some of those other topics here in a minute about streaming and PvP and why most people don't do it anymore. So we decided to do a raid just to give some content to the viewership, big raid, and we had a target. So we're in the middle of the raid, and we start getting some stream snipers, and this guy Radio happened to show up, and I'm calling it here, guys. I saw the video. He actually played it this morning on his stream because he wanted to show everybody he was not stream sniping. He just randomly ran into us. We have a player named Howitzer, and Howitzer's just standing guard as he does, just like this, like not really moving, just like this. And this guy comes up and pops an arrow in his head, right? And we're in battle gear, so we got guns and ammo. He then picks up his shotgun, runs up to another guy because he didn't hear the shot. It was an arrow. Boom, popped another guy, and then eventually me and kill him, right? So people in his stream just notice IMP because we're now known in the H1Z1 community. Some people love us, some people hate us, some people don't care about us. So they then raid our channel, and at that time, a hacker did show up while we were raiding. He literally killed about 2-3 guys, arrow in the head, like within like 25 seconds. His name got confused with the hacker because he was in the comms. I'm calling it now, guys. It was legitimate. I saw the evidence. Everybody can say what they want. I saw what I saw. We actually ended up catching the hacker later on that day on camera, and we banned him. But the great content that came from this was this guy was so bent out of shape because he thought, well, we called him a hacker. So he was just determined and adamant to like kill us, and he started bringing his whole viewership in. He's like, everybody to DeSoto's. He was actually on stream, still getting stream sniped by hackers, and he died like multiple times. Our guys end up dying too, but what was great was there must have been so many hackers last night out of nowhere. There must have been about 4 or 5 guys we banned personally. We actually friended a hacker. We did. I shit you not. We friended a hacker. He was running around our base, and he was just talking with us. He literally came in the base, and we're hanging out with him.
They're pretty bored because all they do is hack.
So while we uploaded the photo and emailed it to Daybreak, he's in there just running around, like he's like on the floor laying down, like skipping, and we're laying down with him, and then he instantly gets banned. I mean, it's just it was actually great content what happened yesterday because, and here's why. We finally had someone or a group that actually said, you know what, I am declaring, he said this in his stream, I am declaring war on IMP. I am declaring war, everybody get in here. I mean, this guy was so adamant. It was wonderful. I loved it. And he got content, we got content, and he actually did say this in his stream. I don't know the exact words, but he said, you know what, I'm glad this happened because I haven't had this kind of fun in a while. Because he was like, we were fighting him, he was fighting us, there was hackers going on. I mean, it was actually a blast. I stopped streaming, and I literally stayed playing on for about four more hours after that. I just could not stop playing, and we had so many guys in comms just having a blast. They were dying, and I got blamed. They're like, great space. Now there's fucking people raiding us, you dick. I'm like, well, isn't that the point of the game? We get guys to raid us. We get guys to fight us. So it was very good. To DM Radio, if you're listening, I don't know if he was streaming for like 18 hours and he looked like he was about to pass out when he stopped his stream. Please keep doing what you're doing. Please rate us. Please do exactly what you said you would do. Yeah. Rate us off the server. That's all we want. You know what? This guy is legitimate. He hates hackers just as much as we do, and he's determined to get us off this map. So I'm done with that topic. Do you guys have any comment on it in general, since you guys are all there?
Well, I think that one of the things that's happened, like I actually going through the notes here of what we have and what we changed up a lot of things actually recently in terms of our server footprint, what we're doing on Abomination, how we're setting up our bases and things like that. Actually, probably one of the most major changes is that we just appointed Spanx, who was a guest on our show a couple weeks ago, as being the sort of overall commander for our efforts within H1Z1, and he's reorganizing our command structure and everything, which means that everybody is basically going to be getting yelled at in like officer cop voice of like, go do this or else, which should be kind of fun because like we've been taking more and more of our best practices from EVE, putting them over into H1Z1, and now that we have so much of the map blocked off with a sort of pseudo border that our guys have created, I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens when we have almost more of like a state control, a state in the sense of a government. Organized armies, people are put into a situation where they have defined roles, they know what they're doing. I'm really pumped to see what we're going to be able to do because I think that Spanx actually really just took control only, what was it, like 3 days ago, tops.
Yeah,
and he's already completely reorged everything. There's lots of commanding voice, and I think it's just going to be a shitload of fun to see what he can do with it. And that is his official crowning anointing as being sort of my right hand in H1Z1.
Yeah, long live Spanx.
He messaged me about it, and it's very, very like different groups for different things, and I don't know. I think, in my opinion, I think it might be too much organization, but we'll have to see how it turns out.
Well, that sounds like something that a stakeholder in Goodswarm might say right now these days. So
no, I think it brings up a good point because I have heard that before. Just as a general comment, when guys have tried to structure it, and certain players are just like, you know what, I just don't want that much organization. What do you mean really by that though, Laz? Like, can you go into a little bit more detail of as where your position is too much organization?
Well, I'm not sure how much he wants me to talk about it, but basically he has a group. Like, there's a group for building, there's a group for gathering, there's a group for like leading ops, and there's a group for like every single thing in the game. There's a group for, and I think the issue you're on into is there's gonna be too much subsectioning, and then people are gonna get pissed off because other people are doing things that's not in their box. And
I see.
Okay, I get it. So just general like management and organization within that organization chart.
Yeah.
Right, that's incorrect, actually. So what the system that's being implemented is that's only for the officers, basically. It's just like having a logistics director. The people who are, in the line, who are not saying, hey, I want to be basically a guild officer or leader or a clan boss guy, whatever the lingo is within, the FPS lingo is always kind of funny for me because, it's not an alliance, it's a clan, right?
Right.
But that's just for the directors. It's basically for the director equivalent. People can, as always, just like in any Imperium organization, be it in EVE or H1Z1 or wherever else we go next, do whatever the hell they want at a line level. There's not going to be anybody telling you, you have to do this.
Right.
But if you volunteer as an officer, you go into a department like in Goodswarm where like you've got your logistics section, you've got your engineers, you've got your recruiters, you've got your raid leaders. That's what that system is.
Yeah, and to be honest, from my understanding and when there was some attempts of organization, some people said, you know what, it sounds very difficult because in EVE, there's systems set up for this. There's actual parts of the game to manage this stuff. And in H1Z1, there technically isn't any of that, so you're basically down to manual, either Excel spreadsheets or keeping it on a paper or doing a Google Doc, just developing something to track a lot of that information. And I think that may play a challenge, but you know what I would love to see is us stepping into a avenue where we are structuring the game that Daybreak hasn't seen. Because truly and really in Reddit, they're saying, you know what, the players make the content. We do what the players are doing. And that would be awesome if they create some type of like group management system within the game, or people say clan. I know people don't like clan, but some type of just mob or group system in there to manage players and manage building.
Yeah, I mean, a clan system is going to make that a lot easier. But I mean, what we're talking about here is not some sort of insane bureaucracy. It's basically like, okay, instead of having a logistics director in EVE, you have a guy who's a supply officer who's in charge of just making sure that we've got enough crap. And if we don't have enough crap, finding people to go out and help collect that stuff. It's just a focusing system. That's all it is. We have always found that organization wins wars. It doesn't really matter what the platform is. It doesn't matter what the game is. That's my bias. We've seen it proven in EVE millions of times, and also in our efforts in H1Z1. And I always like to step that up a notch because we crush the opposition all the easier. But I'm biased. But there you go. I am biased, but conveniently I'm also.
And I would love to hear what Rydis has to say on that topic.
Oh, given my past experience, well, I think that kind of organization is very important because people can have a lot more fun. It doesn't take as much work to have fun. People can just sign up, register, get into the game, and play. Just like when you're doing the organized raids, or Spankster's doing the organized raids, someone's there making sure that there's supplies and what everybody needs, and it's really fun. You can just log in and have a lot more play time and have a lot more fun.
Yeah,
so that's how when I think of it.
The people, that's how it is. Usually having the organization at the directorate level means that the line members in whatever game we're playing don't have to really think or worry much about the stuff that line members in other organizations do have to worry about, because just stuff is handled. Like in EVE, you get ships for free. In H1Z1, you don't have to worry about your base design being optimal because our engineers have figured out the optimal base design. You don't have to worry about having enough supplies because our supply officers have already figured that shit out, and we've got more than enough stuff to go around. We've already basically figured out the optimal combat setup. Everything is just the brain trust is applied to it, and then all you have to do is log in, get the stuff you need to murder, and then either murder people or run around and scavenge or whatever floats your boat, basically.
Well, the biggest issue is they're just the systems in the game aren't to that point yet, where there's like once there's tools inside the game to help support that type of gameplay. It'll be a lot easier to implement.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Absolutely.
I do agree with that.
True.
But what we can try to do in the meantime is try to relate it to EVE to help people, break into H1Z1 like cars or spaceships. And to get out of the car when you're killing someone, you say deploy drones, and like all the little players just jump out and start killing people. We are doing that. We actually saw a couple of guys join in on the Mumble chat yesterday that were just brand new. Hey guys, playing the game for the first time.
Babby had her first recruit last night.
Yeah, so it is growing, and guys are seeing content playing, and I think to be honest, most of the guys, well, not most of the guys, some of the guys I know play H1Z1 while they're mining. And when somebody said that, wow. I thought I actually opened my EVE and I was like, okay, that's a freaking awesome idea. I'm gonna start mining at my other screen because that's the only thing I can do is mine in EVE.
Well, I think that we're getting a question actually in chat here. H1Z1 DB, who of course is I think the guy who helps maintain that awesome website, which we use constantly, saying, don't you guys think that that's part of the game at the individual level though, is the process of doing all of these things themselves? That's not necessarily the case. I mean, you could say that for any sandbox, that like you're supposed to engage in all of the content in a particular prescribed way. We bring organization because organization brings victory, and people can focus on whatever the fuck they want to. Pardon me, oops. Without without really worrying about it, right?
Can you do that again?
That'll end up being a GIF, I think. So yeah, I mean, I don't really care. Fundamentally speaking, I don't care what other people think about how you should play a sandbox game, because if anybody thinks that you should play a sandbox game in a particular way, they're automatically wrong, and their opinion is invalid. If you think that it is wrong for us to choose to organize and basically optimize all of these aspects of the gameplay such that our line members can do whatever the hell they want, I'd say I'm sorry, but I'm not. That's just how we roll, because it's proven through history and just in games, it just wins. And
not to mention, I think some people really enjoy certain aspects of a game. So let's go back to EVE. So some people really like doing logistics or mining, and other people want to get out there and blow stuff up and just run around with guns like in H1Z1. Right. So if you've got those people whose specialty is blowing things up are going to be the people out there doing that, and some people like to do logistics. They like to go around and collect supplies. That's how they like to play their game. So when you have an organization and delegation to different people doing that, you find that people step up and say, hey, I want to play the game, like help the base or help the group by going out and gathering food and ammo and whatnot. And actually some people have a really good time just doing that aspect, and they step up and do that. Otherwise, everybody can do anything they want, and we just find out that people pitch in. I might not want to go out and shoot people. I'm terrible at it, but I love going around and collecting supplies, and this allows me to do that. There's ammo ready for me or things to blow up because other people gathered that. So I think it just really helps.
There's some really weird stuff too that, like, whenever you get involved in a sandbox game, you don't necessarily realize the stuff that certain people really enjoy, and you think they're crazy. So, like in Eve, I would never fuel a tower. In H1Z1, we found very rapidly that there were guys who legitimately enjoyed just staying in the base, not being a base monkey, but they would stay in the base and they would help sort the boxes, which I was just like, and they would do it for hours.
I
People
find
would
that
come
fun.
in, and we would have these drop boxes.
They're like the little
boxes.
cleaning fish on a shark. They're like
Exactly. That's actually a surprisingly good analogy. That's true. It's like, they just sort of hang out, and like our guys who are doing the scavenging dump all the crap in a box, and they don't want to sort this shit, like whatever. And then there are these guys who are like, yeah, I just want to sort things into boxes all day because it makes it easier for everybody to do everything. And it's like, on the one hand, you want to go, you're crazy. On the other hand, you want to enable, like, if that's what he wants to do and he's having fun and he's helping the organization, screw it. And that's awesome.
Yeah. My biggest problem with the group play right now, like on Abomination and regular survival servers, is in Eve, I can fleet warp people into a fight and they have to brawl, do what I say. In H1Z1, I'm out there fighting 4 guys at once, and there's 3 guys sitting in the base watching me. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm sitting here. Help! So I just get frustrated.
FPS range.
Exactly.
You cannot physically control people. You know what? I'll be honest. We're taking big leaps right now with keeping organized, especially on raids. Assigning people, actually going to someone, and I found this very successful. Going to someone, going, You're the Molotov guy. You're the car guy. You're the IED mule. And just calling people out, because I think the biggest mistake when fighting or raiding is people goes, somebody go, help me.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks everyone else is going to go.
That's rule one. Right? Somebody is nobody.
But we have, to Laz's point, it was very frustrating when you're raiding, and we're just finding ourselves now just getting more organized, following a structure, because at the end of the day, everybody wants to win. This is a great game, but nothing feels better than when you can raid a huge base, have minimal casualties, everybody get back, and you got all their stuff. I mean, that is the good feeling about it. And you're creating tiers and content. And that's the whole point, is staying organized and being successful at what you're doing, and doing something in the game that is hard to do with 2 or 3 guys.
Anybody who says that they don't want to win is a loser, basically. Like, that's basically what it comes down to. It's like,
you're calling the box collectors losers.
Oh my gosh.
The box collectors want to win because they're helping the group win, right?
Yes.
We find people who are like, oh, well, I don't want to play. I just want to have a good fight, and if I lose, it's okay. Well, screw you. You want to have a good fight, and you also want to win, because it's more fun if you're honest with yourself, and that's why we organize like crazy, and we're shameless about it.
It's true. I played this game for months since it came out, and I really played it pretty much alone, and it's really not very fun. It's very limited what you are capable of doing, and you want to be able to partake in, you've got to protect yourself, you've got to go out there and shoot people, collect stuff, build a base. There's a lot of stuff to do, and it's a pretty lonely game. So
that's why people are social animals. Absolutely.
Yeah, and to be honest, you can't trust anybody. Like, I feel bad because sometimes I go up on people. They're like, I think they're actually like just people trying to find somewhere to play, and they're just like, hey, friendly, and I just pop them in the head with a shotgun. But it's like, you never know. Like, I've done that same thing, gone up to people, friendly, and they go, oh, okay, come play with me. Here's my base, and here's my codes, and here's all my stuff. Please don't raid me.
Well, I've been only playing Battle Royale for the past couple weeks, just because, again, kind of get dissuaded from the group play because it's so hard to be able to tell friend or foe. And then especially when you're raiding a base, I've led a lot of base raids in H1Z1, and people just start dying, and you have no clue where it's coming from, and you don't know who's on your team, who's not on your team. I mean, once they start implementing these tools where you can, like a clan system, where you can better identify your friendlies, and just be better organized, then I definitely think it's gonna be a lot more fun to have a group system or group play.
You know what? And we're challenged with that point right there. We are challenged because we find out. You know what? We got to put everybody in a group. because if you're not in a group, you don't render. You can see the name tag farther. We're trying to train people that, you know, in a military kind of sense where you call something out properly, not, hey, there's a guy over here. So it's really training people to play FPS that a lot of people just don't play FPS. They don't have either military background or any type of tactical background, because that's really what you're doing. But I understand, yeah, it gets frustrated, especially when someone's like, hey, there's someone over here, he just killed me. Oh, where the fuck are
tackling
you?
the belt. I'm tackling the belt. Right. So.
Right.
Let everybody don't move. Wait, there could be someone coming to kill you. So yeah, I can understand that. We're going to move on to the next topic just real quick. So talking about streaming, and Laz, you can probably relate to this, is H1Z1, I've noticed, does not, you know, people have this kind of image in their head where they think people mostly play Battle Royale. And I honestly think it's because of the streamers that they stream Battle Royale. And it kind of hit me last night just really deep why people don't stream PvP. Because there are legitimate stream snipers, and not even stream snipers. Like, I don't care about stream snipers. Not a problem. It's the guys that were hacking last night, because there were legitimate people hacking in the game that were stream sniping people, and it's a lot harder with the Battle Royale. So, you know, even for us, we're like, okay, this just, until this kind of gets down the road and we can feel confident about streaming PvP, you know, we're just going to do Battle Royale for now, because it is frustrating, especially when you're trying to just give some content. Really, that's what it is. But I see why people don't stream PvP. You know, and the couple times we've streamed PvPs, people love it. They're like, oh wow, this guy's streaming raid. You know, when do you get to see that on stream? Well, now you know why you don't get to see it on stream.
Well, that's the problem, man. You have the same problem on Eve when streaming Eve PvP. Is people stream sniping, and like you said, hackers aren't really pro on Eve, but
right.
The problem is whenever you're playing survival, when you get a hacker that stream snipes you, or stream snipe in general, it takes a while to get that stuff back. I mean, that stuff's gone.
Yeah.
So, whereas Battle Royale, if you get killed by a hacker or whatever, you respawn, you get back into the game. And most of the time, streaming survival mode is quite boring unless you're, like you said, doing the actual raid stuff.
Yeah,
which only happens every so often.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of people from like Call of Duty and Battlefield and Counter-Strike and all these games where you just jump straight into the action, that is the current meta when it comes to what people play. Is people like I want to sit on my computer, I want to jump into a game, and I want to instantly play. And that's what catches people's attention right now. I mean, survival's fun, and it has its place. It's just not as good as the streaming environment.
Right, and to that point, you know, stream snipers, if you're going to stream something, you can't be mad if you get stream sniped. You can't. But, you know, on the other side, it sucks because there's people that are stream sniping that are cheating. You know, it's just like, why? I still don't get it, but maybe I'm just not that kind of player. You know, and some people just love doing it for the fun of it, I guess. But, you know, and where do you kind of sit on it, Mr. Mitani?
Oh, God. Well, I think it's really interesting because, like, one of the things that was posted within the last 24 hours is the fact that Daybreak, the H1Z1 devs are focusing on basically a bug fix month. We started with a quality of life, couple of improvements for a couple of weeks there, and then they decided to extend that for a whole month. And they announced that there was actually a massive bandwave of hackers that just took place within the last 24 to 36 hours. So it does seem that you know, one of the things that we were concerned about when we first got into this game is that if you look at the media and the discussion about H1Z1, people are always talking about hackers. And it was a hell of a lot worse when we first started out.
Right.
And it does seem that you're no longer seeing people complaining in the sense of, does Daybreak know that hackers are a problem, because there has been relentless bandwave. And it does seem like they are just in general getting a whole hell of a lot better about cutting that crap out. So that's nice to see. I mean, that's a huge thing. I think that having a quality of life pass with more hacker bans, the people who are affected the most, in my opinion, by bug fixing and quality of life passes is survival mode. And, you know, I play for survival mode because I care about conquest and territory and organization and the sort of really interesting gameplay that you get in sandbox games that you don't get from the pure FPS mode. So I'm delighted by that, and I hope that we get to see some numbers for how many of the hackers got whacked in this most recent one.
Yeah, to be honest, it was kind of nice because we had that hacker that was literally in our base, just kind of, he was going in and out of the wall, and we would talk to him. We're like, do it again, and he'd go back in. I could not upload my video fast enough on YouTube to send it in by the time he got hacked, by the time he got banned. I mean,
well,
it was
the
just
Imperium
like
is a magnet. Like we're basically the canary in the mine shaft. Like it seems like, or I should say, the honeypot.
Right.
I don't really know whether it's because we have such a large organization, whether it's because we're on, one of the most active servers in the game. But it really seems that when you're rolling around with us, hackers tend to just get like bug zapped like that.
Yeah. Well,
which is
and
a nice perk.
to be honest, the community, I feel we've taught them how to properly handle it, And we got guys with more OBS to record. We got guys that are reporting stuff right away. And I think that there's actually a group of people that realize, you know what, every time I go over there, my account gets banned. Or every time these guys see me, my account gets banned. The pain seems very short from the beginning.
Compared to before. I mean, when we first started, it was sort of nightmarish. And now...
Yeah, now it's more like, oh, there's a hacker, everybody get in their base, report them, and then give us like 15 minutes, we'll be back on.
Again, organization, once more. Like, you can organize your way out of it. You teach everybody how to do the reporting. You get the devs and the people who are monitoring it used to seeing reports from us that fit a certain format that they're used to, and you get better service in terms of having those guys banned. So
Yeah, and then shout-outs to Shock Factor. I don't know if he's in here or not, but he stopped by the stream last night. He put in the chat, LOL. This is when I was going back and forth with the DM radio guy, and then the / other hackers and everything. He put LOL. This is like a MTV reality show, and I think it was awesome. And speaking of that, next Saturday, I think next Saturday is our Saturday stream. Is that right?
That's correct. Yes, it'll be August 1st.
August 1st, guys, so mark it on your calendars. We are going to be doing a full day of streaming, a big party. Laz is going to have a background with, like, a beach behind it with his green screen.
He's not actually going anywhere.
Huh?
Laz, can you actually, I've been wanting to see it. Can you stand up and show people your shirt?
Yeah, I can do that.
Excellent. It'll take us a second, actually. The rest of us
we're like
waiting for the stream delay, right? So
oh my
he's
gosh.
standing up, and we're all just like, "Hey, oh, there it is." Okay, yeah, there we go. Now it's coming up. Now we get
before we kind of go into the last couple topics, guys, once again, if you guys would love to come play with us, TheMittani.com. You sign up for. Now I'm watching it. Sign up for a free.
That shirt is amazing.
It looks like a Minecraft like thing because it's all squared up. It's funny.
Yeah.
Sign up for a free account, guys. Get into our Mumble system. Get the free codes rather for the skins, the Henley tee, the machete skin, and the helmet. So go get those, guys. Those are free, no charge, just a free account. And now we want to know if Rydis is going to jump in to play H1Z1 after this show.
Am I going to jump in and play?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love Rydis. We let her drive the car. She knows how to hide it very well.
Yeah, actually, I came in, third or fourth. I can't even remember yesterday. I didn't even have a car, but I actually got a gun this time, and I had this great AK-47, and I hid the whole time again.
So you got the gun and you hid instead of getting the car. And
I never fired it. I never looked for anybody. I just laid down in a bush. I mean, you know what? You figure just the most obvious place, people never look. So I see people are running around dying left and right because they're out there looking for other people. So.
Somebody dies in front of you, then just get out there.
I just lay there.
We've got more stuff. Yeah, absolutely. I do think we've got the boat show coming up next, I believe.
Yes. We have
that was some of our users were confused because Rydis will be getting into H1Z1 and running around and seducing everyone with her sultry voice as usual. And coming up next, I believe we have the boat show. The boat show.
And just real quick, guys, we had just a lot of just general like artwork stuff. Sebastian on Twitter, and I'm not sure what his official Twitter is. He is one of the art guys for H1Z1. He does excellent
Crow
work.
Empires.
Oh, okay. I put Sebastian, and then nothing comes up because I'm an idiot.
At Crow Empires.
Yep, Crow Empires, guys. At Crow Empires. You can go check out some of his artwork. He's working on some looks like some dam work, and then also the medical facilities. I can't wait for that when the map expands eventually. I think that's going to be awesome. They're doing some good stuff with the graphics. I love it.
Speaking of medical, I didn't see this in your list of notes. Clegg posted, I believe on Wednesday, that medkits will no longer stack.
Yeah,
That's gonna be huge.
yeah. I you know what? I'm totally against that. I think that was worst move in the game. I honestly think out of all the decisions they could do, why that one? But I can see because it definitely would take that can take a big chunk out of Battle Royale. Because like me, to be honest, I use it to fight teamers because that's the only way you're going to survive a lot if you're fighting against two guys. Because at the end of the day, there's just no way you're going to beat it. But that's definitely going to change Battle Royale a lot, definitely. Can you still stack bandages?
No, I'm pretty sure it'll be a blanket. Blanket
Not
thing.
stacking bandages?
Well, I think yesterday I was able... No, Thursday I stacked a medkit and a bandage at the same time.
Yeah,
so.
you can do those two, but you can't stack them together with like medkit on top of medkit.
Right.
Or bandage on top of bandage.
Interesting.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna suck. All right, anyways, I'll have to figure out how else to win. I know, right? It's like the only time you'll see me sad. And then, guys, fog and rain has been a you-know-what this whole week. I swear, every time you're trying to do something, fog and rain, fog and rain, fog and rain. Sometimes it's great. Most of the time it sucks, to be honest. But it is
for
good.
People like me who hide.
Yeah.
That's true. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yep,
It's a Rydis buff.
Yeah.
Okay, and Mr. Laz, I have not confirmed. Do we have anything to give away, sir?
My love.
It's just a love today.
Man. Oh man, yeah, I gave away my last code yesterday. Rydis, do you have anything you can give away?
No.
She's too busy hiding.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, I hid it somewhere.
Oh, sorry. Well, guys, I don't think we have a H1Z1 key. Not everybody log off at once. But next Saturday, I know we are going to have a boatload, and I mean like DBRB boatload of swag to give away next Saturday. So mark that on your calendars. Guys, we want to thank you for coming out. We want to thank Daybreak for their support, and to all the dev team and John Smedley and the rest of the Daybreak staff for working hard. Thank you for giving us content in a wonderful game. Next, guys, you have the boat show coming up.
The boat show! The boat show! Boat show!
I'm not sure what
every
he's
single
playing
one of you.
or who he's with, but I'm sure
It
it'll be
almost
fun.
doesn't matter. It'll be the boat show!
I watch it for the intro. I love that.
Yeah, the intro is just...
Yeah.
We use like MS Paint or
And then last Saturday, he had some guy just like laying on a bed, like in like straight up. Like, yeah, he was. I think it was Tino.
Tino, yeah.
Tino.
Yeah,
He
you
was like
never
laying
know
on a
what
bed,
to
like
expect.
with his hand, like
That was an interesting show.
like Playboy.
Interesting.
It was like Playboy style, you know. He's just like laying on the
Absolutely.
bed. So, guys, we want to thank you guys for coming. Thank you for your support. We will be back next Saturday. Don't forget Mondays and Fridays, Melee Madness, and Mr. Laz is on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and
And I come on
Saturdays.
with Laz on
And
Wednesdays.
Thursdays.
Laz, have you increased any of your streams yet?
Yeah, I stream. I stream. I think 6 hours every single day: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Saturday I do the normal 2 hours.
Nice.
And I might be picking up a.
We're looking at our Zazzle store.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So Laz just put up the Mittani store. Is that open for the public? Is
Yes,
that
yes.
green light?
Someone link that again.
Green light. Okay, guys, go to the Mittani gear store. Check it out. Man, I'm gonna have to get. You know me, dude. I'm just gonna go down to my homies.
Cabal is insisting that you get ready and get in comms, you and Rydis, because it looks like our boys are going for
They're getting itchy. They're getting
Team
itchy.
BR action.
Guys, go to the Mittani.com. Is that like what's it called?
Zazzle.com. I'll link in chat.
Okay,
It's
Dazzle, Razzle Dazzle,
Oh, my message was
ZHZLE.com/theMittani, guys. Go check it out, man. I'm gonna get me one of those Laz beard shirts. That thing's awesome. Go check it out, guys. Get your Mittani gear.
Ladies love Lasbeard.
I just want one with like the headshot of Alex just like on the chest, like big blown up. I think that would be so funny.
I could compete.
Walking
with
in the
Software.
mall and to see that shirt, I think that'd be freaking
Absolutely.
hilarious. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Enjoy the boat show, and we
the
will
boat
see you
show.
guys.
Bye.
Absolutely.
Bye.